F1, the pinnacle of motorsport, where the best drivers are and the fastest cars race. And today we'll be looking at none other than Sebastian Vettel. Now, this video is going to go as we're going to look at the background of Sebastian Vettel, understand a bit more how he got into F1, and then I'll do my opinion on him because I do have some feelings about him, some good, some bad, but we'll go into that anyway later on. If you do like this content, leave a like and subscribe. Don't really know what to do at the moment with the channel, but it's just 2 videos in, so we'll see how it goes. I am a big F1 fan though, so I want to keep making those videos, but we'll see how it goes. So anyway, I'll do a little bit of background on Sebastian Vettel. He was born on the 3rd of July in 1987 in Heppenheim, Germany, and I don't know where the fuck Heppenheim is, but I think that's West Germany maybe, but yeah, it doesn't even matter. And as a young kid, he was really talented at karting, as you would guess, and he was actually spotted by Gerhard Nuck. And this guy is actually the same guy that spotted and helped Michael Schumacher at a young age of karting. So he really has an eye for the young kids. That sounded good. But anyway, I don't need to tell you how much of a talent Schumacher is. 7 championships, basically the best driver to ever race. And to be spotted by the same guy, it shows the talent level that you have. And from there at 12, but he was spotted by Red Bull, and since then Vettel was sponsored by Red Bull, in fact, to all the way from his career. And then in 2003 he moved to the Junior Formula BMW series, where he actually came second in his first season, which is actually quite sick if you think about it, because to come second in your first season, that's just amazing. And these are all people that you race against. But you know what even is more crazy than that? In 2004 he won the series, but can you guess the stat line of his wins to races? 18-20. This guy's only lost 2 races in 20. And that's not even coming second or anything, that's just not winning them. How can you get that sick stat line like that? That just shows what talent this guy was. And then from there, he moved to the Formula 3, where he actually came second in 2006, and I think that's his debut season as well. So this guy always lived to the pressure of the debut season, and he always does well. You always see it. And so we're going to move on from his Formula 3 to his F1 debut in 2007, where he did it with BMW Sauber. So there's a fun fact for he was in Red Bull. And at the time, he was more of like a reserve driver, but he actually replaced the injured Kubica. Now, Kubica's a legend in his own right, don't get me wrong, and I do want to make a video on him, but he's a little bit before my time, so I don't really know how good he was compared to everyone else. I just know he was a legend, but I just remember the big ass crash. Not gonna lie, and I think most people do. And he actually did get a debut point there, Vettel did, and so that was really great for a young driver to come in and get a debut point. It kind of got him on the scene. And this actually led to him in 2008 signing for Toro Rosso, where even though he did have a slow start with 20 races and about 4 podiums or top 5 finishes, but he did actually become a race winner at the age of 21 and 2 months old, which, a fun fact for the time, was the youngest ever race winner. So you can just see that he was a different gravy of racer. And for to do it in a Toro Rosso is absolutely fucking amazing, because that's a slow car compared to fucking McLaren and Ferrari. So yeah, it was amazing to do at that age. But moving on there, he did join Red Bull in 2009, and they kind of took notice of the wins, and then because Toro Rosso is a sister program, of course he's going to join the bigger team in Red Bull. And the first season, he got 3 wins and 10 podiums, and actually came second in the Drivers' Championship, which is also amazing. See, he always comes second in these championships. I just don't understand. But he was just an amazing talent. He really showed everyone what he can do, and you can see that later on in 2010, 11, 12 and 13, 4 in a row. This guy won 4 championships in a row when with that Red Bull. And I know that it's not just him, of course, the engineering, Adrian Newey, of course, that different level of car and stuff like that. I'm not really too technical, but I do understand that they just had an unfair advantage, basically. That's not cheating, because it's just they always push the limits. Everyone's always about pushing the limits. But yeah, and I actually remember the 2010 championship, because that's when I started really getting into F1. And the amount of close racing, Alonso, Hamilton, Button, Vettel, you never knew who was going to win. It's fucking amazing. But of course, after that, it became a lot easier for Vettel and Red Bull themselves. As you know, in 2011, 12 and 13, they absolutely fucked up the grid. Not even a chance. And I'll get back to that in a minute. But yeah, just no chance. But of course, as time goes by, 2014 came around and Renault kind of was slacking. They weren't doing their homework. Fucking always. Renault's kind of shit, not gonna lie. And sorry, Renault fans, but yeah. And in 2014, that was his last season for Red Bull. And Daniel Ricciardo actually joined that season. And fun fact, he absolutely fucked Vettel up. 50 points, I think, the gap was between them two. And this is Ricciardo's debut season. So that's a bit embarrassing. But then that led to him in 2015 to move to Ferrari. Now, as you can see, that was probably the best move for him, as Red Bull went through a little bit of a, divorce stage with Renault. And God, I don't want to get into that. But you can see it was kind of the right move for him. But Ferrari just aren't enough nowadays to keep up with Mercedes. But, looking at it now, he's doing all right. So is Leclerc, but that's another video. But we also got to see, another little bit of more stat lines just to throw at you before I get into it. His race wins, 53, which is amazing. 53 race wins along with 120 podiums. This is overall, by the way. Just amazing. And I think right now in the championship he's got about 230 points, which is really fucking amazing. And I think he's got 2,953 points overall ever, which is basic groundbreaking. He's definitely up there with the best. But the reason I did make this video, of course, not just to ramble and bum Nick Vettel the whole time, but it's also to give my opinion. Now, I understand he's a great driver. I've literally told you all the stats you need to know. You're like guessing, he's fucking amazing. He can't do anything wrong. Well, he really pissed me off. That's what he did. Really, really pissed me off. In 2010 was a really close one, but when it came to 2011, 12 and 13, he was too fucking good. I hate dominance in F1. That's why if you watched the Lewis Hamilton video, not a lot of people did, but if you did, I don't like it's just how dominant these people are. It makes the sport boring. I don't want to see a guy win races by 25 seconds. Vettel won races by 25 seconds in Red Bull prime days. You know how much of a piss take that is? It's like, what's the whole point of watching the race when he leads the first lap, drives the fuck off, yeah? Keeps setting fastest laps, no one's catching him. It's fucking wasting my time. I'm wasting my time. It's like going to a football game knowing your team's going to lose. It's like, what? A waste of my time. And I was just really fucking annoyed because I was a big Hamilton fan back in the day. I'll admit it. But, maybe not anymore, but it just really fucking annoyed me. Dead honestly. And I always thought he was a bit cocky, because the media always shows a different side to races when they're doing really well. Like, Hamilton's getting a lot of stick, but he's not doing all that bad, is he? But yeah, he's just not doing too well, sadly. Nowadays, Vettel is, but I've seen a different side to him from the media. He's more of a joker now, but he just really made the sport boring for me. And in 2013, I was really I only watched half the races, because it was just, he just knew he was going to win. So I was glad when, I saw others winning, but then Mercedes came around. So I'll make a video actually on the dominance of F1, but that's what really annoyed me about Vettel. His dominance kind of was almost too much. He made the sport boring for me for a very long time. So I'm never going to forgive him for that. But yeah, so this was really my take on Vettel, a little bit of a driver profile, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then leave a like, comment down below, and I hope to see you in the next one. Hopefully this gets more than 2 views or something.